Me too.
The only thing is that...
The only thing is what? What's the only thing?
Oh my gosh, he's married.
He's a kleptomaniac.
He's a pyromaniac.
He's a total maniac.
Hey!
Hey.
Go back to your wife, you sociopath!
Leave slow internet behind. The 100% fiber optics network is here. Get out of the past. Get Fios.
Tea?
Now $79.99 a month. Go online or call now.
Our politicians are stupid.
Fireworks.
Here's the problem, Governor. You fundamentally misunderstand the Bill of Rights.
On the national stage.
I'm my own man. I govern as a conservative, and I govern effectively.
The most heated exchanges just ahead. Plus, trouble on the tracks.
Just people just want to get on and off, and I understand that, but it's just, it's like running out of balls kind of thing.
What you need to know for tomorrow's commute and the source of a hack impacting the Pentagon. Who's believed to be behind it? Next.
Now, ABC 7 News at 11 on your side.
Laughter, tension, and political incorrectness. The first GOP debate had it all. 10 candidates duking it out in Cleveland in a debate that wrapped up just moments ago. And folks, it was 2 hours packed with jabs. Our senior political reporter Scott Thuman is live in Cleveland tonight. He's got all the highlights and also what the candidates had to say tonight. Scott, safe to say the players did not disappoint. Very lively discussion tonight. Who came out on top, do you think?
When you have 10 candidates, you're going to have 10 different opinions on that one likely. But I think that Chris Christie did very well for someone who was kind of relegated to the bottom of that 10 as his poll ratings had fallen over the past 6 months. So I think he did fairly well. Interesting because you played that quick soundbite from Donald Trump at the beginning of the show here. It was indeed, if you were waiting for the Donald Trump show, no disappointment to you. There was plenty of fireworks from him. He was taking on everyone who wanted to encounter him, from Jeb Bush to Rand Paul. What was interesting was very early on, the moderators tried to pin down everyone on stage, saying who right now is willing to submit that they will not run as a third-party candidate if they're not the nominee, that they will support whoever is the nominee if it is not them. They said, raise your hand if you don't promise to do that. The only one, of course, raising his hand was Donald Trump. Here now, just a few other highlights from the 10 on stage.
You know, America is a miracle country, and we have to restore the sense that the miracle will apply to you, each and every one of the people in this country who's watching tonight.
You know, people like Hillary Clinton grow the economy by growing Washington. One report last year showed that 6 of the top 10 wealthiest counties in America were in or around Washington, D.C.
Whose fault is it that the system is screwed up? Is it the recipients or is it the government? And if Congress wants to mess with the retirement program, why don't we let them start by changing their retirement program and not have one, instead of talking about getting rid of Social Security and Medicare that was robbed $700 billion to pay for Obamacare?
So you heard they did tackle some of the big issues there, but also we heard some interesting back and forth. Dr. Ben Carson was staving off critics who were saying that he lacked the experience or the resume to hold such a high office. At the same time, former Florida Governor Jeb Bush actually saying that's what he wants to be judged on, his resume. Experience. He said not his name, because he knows there's a lot of discontent, a lot of concern around the country about the idea of having another Bush or Clinton in the White House. So a very interesting night here in Cleveland. You've not heard the last of it. They're in the spin room now, kind of trying to clarify some of their positions on the remarks tonight. We'll have much more, of course, beginning in the morning and tomorrow as well. Live in Cleveland tonight, Scott Thuman, ABC 7 News.
All right, nice work. Thank you, Scott. All right, now the election's still 15 months away, but tonight's first debate still got plenty of attention. This was the scene at Public Bar in D.C. The debate there shown on a 240-inch screen. Viewing parties held all around town here, with some places showing both the debate and Jon Stewart's final Daily Show. Now, excluded from the primetime debate, the 7 other Republican presidential candidates who squared off earlier this evening on the Fox News channel. That was dubbed the happy hour debate because it started at 5 o'clock. The candidates there focused their barbs on Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
So just say this, since he has changed his mind on amnesty, on health care, and on abortion, I would just ask, what are the principles by which he will govern?
Now, before the debate got underway, some of the candidates criticized Fox News' use of national polls to select the candidates for the main debate.